Thousands of people from all over the world come to Detroit every year to visit the Motown Museum, and now the popular tourist destination is getting a $50 million expansion. The new museum is going to be designed and built around the current space that includes, of course, the original Hitsville, USA house over on West Grand Boulevard. It's going to feature interactive exhibits, a state-of-the-art performance theater, recording studios, and larger retail and meeting spaces. The new museum will span 50,000 square feet. Joining me now is the chairwoman and CEO of the museum, Robin Terry. Welcome to American Black Journal.
Stephen, thanks for having me. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, so I am somebody who read about this in the newspaper and
Yes.
said, oh, what a great idea. You know, I mean,
It's time.
Everyone I know who comes to Detroit for the first time,
Yes.
you know, they'll stop and they'll ask, where is the Motown Museum? And I say, it's over on West Grand Boulevard. You can go see it. And I always think, well, it's still very much that original space where
Yes.
all of that magic happened. I guess I didn't really think until I saw in the newspaper about the idea that, hey, this could be a lot bigger. This could be a lot grander experience while preserving that original space. We could make it into an actual sort of interactive museum.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it's one of those things, you know, for people who know the history of Motown, you know that Berry Gordy started his business in that one house.
Yes.
And as the business grew and evolved, he kept buying houses on
the
West Grand
street,
Boulevard.
right?
And so those homes are very important to us and to the story we tell because they represent what really was a humble beginning.
Yes, where you came from. Right?
Yes, but I always say the story didn't end there.
Right.
And so it was important to be able to tell on the right scale the impact that this music had all over the world.
Sure.
So it was more than the humble beginnings, but that's an important part of the story.
Yeah. I talked about the things that we'll have in the new museum when it's done. 50,000 square feet, that's a lot.
Yeah, you did that really well.
Right? So it's going to be a building on that site.
Yeah, so we've acquired land behind the original Motown homes, and that's where the new construction will take place, and it will complement the historic homes that line the boulevard, but give us the flexibility to bring more people into the space, to share more of the story, and to really do something transformational in that part of the community.
Yeah. One of the things I really like about this idea and this project is that the timing of when it comes, right?
Yes.
Detroit is sort of getting a lot of attention and love that it hadn't gotten for a long time from people from other places. And lots of things are starting to look better, sort of spruce up and be different. It makes total sense to take this part of our history and make sure that it experiences that rebirth as well.
Absolutely, and it is, you know, you said it, we see visitors from all over the world.
Yeah.
It really is an international destination and treasure. And it is always associated with very positive reflections of Detroit. Yeah. Motown Detroit, very synonymous. So you know, as the city experiences this wonderful time, there was this crown jewel that somehow had to come up with that tide.
Sure.
And I think the timing was just perfect. It was perfect for this moment.
Yeah, yeah. The money for this, of course, is a big deal. $50 million.
$50 million.
That's a lot to have to raise, right?
And let me clarify. What we shared with the community some days ago are the renderings, conceptual renderings of what can happen on that space. We have a really dynamic team that is working to ensure that $50 million. That's a campaign. It's something that folks will be able to take part in and contribute to, and we hope that they will.
Yeah, yeah. When you think of the museum, it's impossible to sort of think about it without thinking of Berry Gordy, who, of course, started all of it.
Yes.
A few years ago, I happened to be at an event that he was at, and he led the crowd in a singing of Hello, Detroit.
That doesn't surprise me.
It just, at his age, he still was just so vibrant and into this idea of Detroit. as the genesis.
He loves Detroit. Detroit is very near, and Barry Gordy is my uncle. My grandmother, Esther Gordy Edwards, founded the museum over 30 years ago. But that song was written really as a reflection of his love for this city.
Yes.
And that has not changed. He could not be more excited about what's happening in Detroit, and just all of the love that is being shown to this project, right? And to this legacy that, you know, obviously he's at the heart of.
Yeah. And then, of course, there's so many artists who came out of there, who came out of Detroit, who I would imagine are also going to be a big part of this new museum. We'll see more of them. We'll get more of them than
that's
we
what I was going to say.
Right?
Now you get more of that.
That's right.
But I think that's also another, you know, really important part of this. We tell this story, and my grandmother even, when my grandmother decided to make that house a museum back in 1985, and to collect all the things that she collected and saved working at Motown, it was so that future generations would be inspired by it.
Yeah.
So inspired how? Here you have the story of an entrepreneur.
Yes.
Living right in the city of Detroit.
Right over on West Grand Boulevard.
Yes, who not only makes success for himself, but for countless other people.
Yes.
And really changes, not only creates a music that becomes so powerful all over the world, but unites people all over the world in a way that I think we've never seen that done in history.
Right. That's absolutely right. Everybody loves Motown.
Yeah, it's a universal thing, you know?
Yeah. Well, good luck to you. And
thank you so much.
One of the people who's super excited about the whole idea of the museum.
Okay, well, fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, finally, we want to extend our condolences to the family of Detroit Free Press sports columnist Drew Sharp. Drew passed away suddenly on October 21st. He was a guest on this program from time to time, and he was known for his sharp wit and for being tough, really tough sometimes, on the teams that he covered. He joined the Free Press in 1983, was promoted to full-time columnist in 1999. Drew Sharp was 56 years old.